a block of sunchokes, a grapevine in the tree of the Japanese sugar plum, some Camby's lovage, yeah, and the food forest. And in the food forest there's apple trees with apples, Fuji apple, a block of sunchokes, a carrot there, garlic, a little bit of garlic there, over there, and here's the canopy, sort of like on the outside perimeter of the food forest. There's a canopy. I think this is a plum tree. Looks like I have to move it. Doesn't look well there. No, that's a crab apple. Hey, crab apples. Every time I see a crab apple, I think of wild edibles. Here is, she has a crab apple hedge, I think, and an apple hedge all mixed together. Here's an Italian plum, and this is the canopy, hey? You know, and it's got grapevine all through it. You see that? See the grapevine all through it? It's quite extensive. And here, that's an Italian. This is a cherry tree here. Let's see if we can see any cherries. This is an Italian plum there, and that's a cherry tree in there, that long stem there. You see that? And it goes way up there. Oh, and it's got lots of cherries. I think I see some. I'm pretty blind though, but I think that's a cherry there. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, that'd be a cherry. Not a lot, one or two here and there. Yeah. So that's a cherry tree there. So this is a tour of the food forest outside of it. This is a thimbleberry, and there's some thimbleberries there. They're not quite ripe yet, but here is a hazelnut tree. This is a hazelnut tree supporting a grape, and there's the grapevine right there. And I'll get a lot of grapes, and I'll get hazelnuts too, and not a lot, but I get a few. And this is the outside of the food forest, like the edge of the property, completely all the way around. And that's where I came from so far. Moving forward. Wow. Oh boy. Yeah. Trying to get through this. This is the apricot tree here. Yeah. Whew. The smell of the food forest is something, I'll tell you. Oh, this is plantain. That's really nice plantain. Platego or something like that. And this is really a great medicinal plant. If you're out and about and you know this is your nurse's best friend. That's what they had, was this back in the day for a sore. They would chew it up and actually put it on a sore. I'm not telling you to do that because YouTube's weird, but that's what I heard back in the day. Here we have, this is a mass array of goji berry. See? This is goji berry, and this is the bees in action here. They're checking out everything here, and this is the canopy, right? And this is an apple tree here, growing through the food forest, and it's loaded with apples too. It's mega loaded. So this is a grapevine here, and this is a grouping of trees that I liked, so I put them together with vines. Like, really the goji berry is a vine, but I put a thornless blackberry here too as well, and And it's got some figs, you know. Oh, what's this one? Maybe it's ready. Oh, it's soft. I'll come back. I'll come back. It's not quite soft enough, but I know it's there. So I'll come back for that. And there's some figs here. And oh, there's a little doggy. Here, little doggy. Hey, little doggy. Hey, hello. Hello, Mama. What you doing? What you got there? Is there bunnies coming in and out of there? Probably. Yep. So here we have some more of the forest canopy, you see, and grapes and figs and Italian plums and raspberries and that sort of thing. And here we have what's called the Mirabelle plum, and it has the plum on it, and a few of them. There and way over there. Try not to move too quick. Gotta be a better cameraman. But the grapevine is all twisted up and through this apple tree here, and I ate that apple quite a few years ago now, and it produces well every year. But not all apples that I planted by seed do really good, like 1 out of every dozen or something. I had lots that I didn't want anymore. I tried growing them. It wasn't working for me. But this is a cherry tree here, and here we have the forest floor, and this is Camby's lovage. That seeds really quickly and gives you a you know, like privacy, right? Here's a cherry tree here, but I don't see very many cherries on that one. But here's another one here, and it's like, this is the outer edge of the forest floor. So this is the sugar plum tree coming over this way, and that kind of thing, like, you know, and so there's that. And here's a lilacs in here, a plum, and a grapevine. And this is what they call the native plum, so I'm leaving it's an indigenous plum. Excuse me, sorry. Here we got some mushrooms, you know. There's some mushrooms here. I'm not a super mushroom fan guy, but look at all the flies in that. I just turned that over just recently, but they grew here. I don't know what they are, but wild edibles, that's wild edibles. Wild edibles. Are you out there, wild edibles? Look at that. There you go. And this is where I throw unwanted weeds that it's not a lot, but this was been for the first part of the year that came from the front. And so yeah, this is a clone, an air layered clone I put here, because eventually I'm going to be taking down this sugar plum, hey? And there it is there, Japanese sugar plum. But I don't want it, it's not for me, this fig's for me, so I'm going to take this down, even though this year it's got a few plums, and they taste pretty good. Oh yeah, there's quite a few up there, but it's got to go, and that's part of the canopy with the mushrooms, but that's what I want there. Here I planted black huckleberry here, you see. This is black huckleberry, and it looks like I might get some berries this year, so that's awesome. It's Vaxium ovatum, I think. And then I inoculated this stump with lion's mane, and this fall will be the damp time, and I'm thinking that's when the lion's mane is going to pop out. I really put it everywhere through here in all the different holes and places, you know. I've put it inside this hole here, and yeah, so I put this cedar here and some mallow. They're both indigenous. Here's the mallow. I try to add indigenous. It's very difficult. It's not it's a lot of these commercial carriers don't carry you know, a big variety of indigenous. This is Buddleia davidii, I think. I guess these looks like lilacs. This is a plum that I ate. I ate this plum, and it's, you know what, this is 10 years old, this plum. And it's next to the very far southeast corner of the food forest. And there's these giant in the food forest, these giant rainforest trees called cedars, thuyas, I think. And there's several here. So there we go. Give a little better view, but yeah, you can see the nail right there. But that's nice to see some big trees. So out here, well, I've planted more trees. A peach plum here I planted, and this year I'm lucky. I grew these plum trees from pits, and this one had oh, there it is, and I get to try it this year. Look at that. See, look at that. I get to try that this year. This will be the first year, and I'm thinking it's a Yakima plum. That's what I'm thinking this is. It'll be small, but I can graft onto this because it seems to grow, but really slowly. But again, it's not out in the sun. But I have it next to a hybrid japonica plum. So, and this, yeah, and here we go. Oh, some feverfew into the Canby's lovage. And potatoes, you know, a lot of potatoes are in here. And this is a cherry tree here. And I think there's cherries on this somewhere. There they are. They're not very big, but there's a couple, 3 on here. So, hey, I get to taste it. I'm okay with that. So, yeah, this is new soil made here. These are plum trees that I planted. Different ones, Italian plum, English plum. And then I moved this here, and now I have my male kiwi attached to it. Here's the male kiwi, and it's attached here. It'll anchor itself, and that's a nice place for the owl to sit. And you know, any mice running around or critters even a little bigger, it's fair game for the owl. I've got to put the owl house back up. I got it over here, so that should be fun. Here's some potatoes. I harvested a lot of potatoes this year so far. I always like those new ones in the beginning, you know. But here we have some flowers. You see? Yep. This is mostly flowers here, rows of flowers. Gladiolas, freesia, ranunculus, that kind of thing. A bunch of poppies, but you can't really put poppies in with other flowers because they make a stinky smell. And who wants a stinky smell? So here we go. This is the tour of the food forest and the back of it. This is about a little more than half of the food forest. And it's fairly extensive, and it really it gives a lot of privacy. And this is all food in here: tomatoes and cukes and zucchinis and all kind of things like that. And here are the actual baby kiwi. Check that out, eh? I just love it. Baby kiwi. Yeah, that's part of the canopy too, you know. It goes up here, and you've got figs, and lots of figs, and then kiwi, figs. You know, it really is extensive in here. This is really big figs here in this zone. I've always got like really big figs. Like, I think that's the one that Tony, the star-loving fig gazer, stargazer, whatever you want to call him, he's a pretty cool guy. But he's gonna come over maybe in a month or two. I gotta make some clones. I've been lazy. So Here we go. That's like a big giant black purpley one. So yeah, up here, this is the rose, a climbing rose, you see, and then a grape all hanging on this pear tree, and I absolutely get more than I can ever use. And here's some figs here. This is a strawberry birthday, and lots of raspberries. I'll be eating raspberries real soon. You see that? See them there? But up there is lots of roses. It's Royal Midnight Blue, I think. And yeah, that's the tour. Ooh. Oh, go back under the canopy, eh? That's the cool part about this. You got some goji berries, some Camby's lovage, a little bit of morning glory. But that's the canopy. This is the floor. Floor, pathway to around the house, and then figs and goji and kiwi and grapes. They all go freely through the trees, hey? Which is exciting. I love the bells. But yep, hope you've enjoyed this walkabout. This is some nice Casablanca lily. They're just forming buds now. The Chinese spice cabbage. And this is where I grow food like kale and horseradish and sunflower, gladiola, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it, it's all here. That looks after itself, except the tomatoes I put there in a row, but the rest of this pretty much will grow by itself every year, and that's what we want. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at this. Here we go. This is my supper tonight. This here. Yep. Check it out for bugs. Oh, see that. Oh my. Oh. Oops, a little dirt on the camera. But I'll put that in my, I got some halibut there, so I'll put that in my halibut. It's nice. There's the top part. Very good. Garlic looks after itself. It comes back every year. Plant every year, it just comes back. Leave it in the ground, it'll still grow back. Okay?